My lord, the president of Iraq and the universe, they are attacking us from the above, from the below, from the left, and from the right. What do you mean, who? The Americans, of course.
I trick you. This is not Saddam. This is Saddam, my double. Now tell me, do you know how to make TikTok videos? I want to make one about me singing. Imagine Saddam goes viral.
What? TikTok? This is 1991. Hello, Jesus, Lords of Heavens.
I trick you again. This is also not Saddam. This is Saddag, my triple. You can never have enough of me.
My lord, the president of the Iraq and the universe. Enough.
Okay. First of all, it is my lord president of Iraq, the Arab world, and the universe. Secondly, how about we make a Trojan horse, but with a big camel? Get me a big camel, and then we can offer it as a gift.
We are screwed.
You wait and see what happens in 2006.
Well, no one knows if they built the Trojan camel. But what we do know is that the Gulf War fundamentally altered Middle Eastern geopolitics by affirming the US military presence and influence in the region. It demonstrated the US's capability to project power far from its borders to protect its interests, particularly in oil-rich areas.
What else would they want to protect? Continue, ya donkey.
The US, the world's corrupt policeman, bartender, and uninvited party crasher, entering with George H.W. Bush.
Saddam takes Kuwait? Not on my watch. I take Kuwait. I take Iraq. I take your house. Oh yes, I would take these sandals too. They're nice.
So George rounds up his 34 friends who only showed up because he promised free kegs, creating the most bizarre international kegger the world had ever seen. But first, a little bit of background, starting with the Iran-Iraq war concluding in 1988. Iraq is broke and owes everyone a bit of cash, primarily to Gulf states like Kuwait.
Hey, Kuwait, I pay you money, yeah? Haha! I trick you! I invade you!
So, why did he invade? Well, Kuwait was pumping out oil like there's no tomorrow. And Saddam, Sadaq, and Saddaf perceived it as economic warfare because the drop in oil prices adversely affected the Iraqi economy, which was heavily reliant on oil revenues to rebuild after the Iran-Iraq war and to sustain its large military expenditure. He also accused Kuwait of slant drilling into Iraq's Rumaila oil field. So essentially, Saddam, Sadaq, and Saddaf eyed Kuwait like it's the last slice of pizza at a party.
Can I have the last piece? Ha ha! I trick you! I take the whole pie!
But in reality, Kuwait's overproduction of oil was partly due to its economic needs and a strategy to maintain its share in the global oil market.
Please subscribe to this channel or they will arrest me and kill me. What? They tagged? Oh! Well, subscribe anyway.
The Gulf region's vast oil reserves were vital to the global economy, and their disruption could have had catastrophic economic consequences worldwide, preventing Iraq from gaining control over Kuwait and potentially other Gulf states.
Did somebody say Gulf?
Gulf, Donnie, not golf. So, maintaining regional balance and stability was essential. And when I say balance and stability, I mean the US squatting in the region.
Fear not, citizens. Captain George is here, saving you from, yourselves?
By early 1991, Operation Desert Storm initiated the combat phase with a coalition of 35 countries led by the United States, UK, France, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Syria. Think of it as the Avengers, but with less spandex. Anyway, the coalition assembled to defend oil in Kuwait. Kuwait's territorial integrity. This phase involved a massive air campaign followed by a ground offensive which quickly overwhelmed Iraqi forces. The aftermath saw Iraq accepting the UN resolutions leading to Kuwait's liberation by late February 1991. Also, the US Department of Defense reports that the war cost the US approximately $61 billion, with around $36 billion reimbursed by other nations. When adjusted for inflation, that amount would be approximately $138 billion today. Military and civilian estimates suggest that about 25,000 Iraqi soldiers died, while coalition forces only suffered approximately 292 deaths. Iraqi civilian casualties are estimated to have been between 3,500 and 4,500, mostly due to bombing campaigns. The war also devastated Kuwait and southern Iraq, leading to substantial environmental damage, primarily due to the Iraqi military setting fire to over 600 oil wells in Kuwait as part of scorched earth policy to hinder coalition forces.
You want to catch me? Ha ha! I trick you! You can't because you have to be a sexy firefighter now!
Meanwhile, the presence of US troops in the region is like that one guest at a party who can't take a hint.
Okay, I think I should head to bed now.
Okay, Steve. Good night. What?
The presence of US troops set the stage for future conflicts, including the Iraq War in 2003. The Gulf War was characterized by overwhelming technological superiority and brief combat phases, setting precedents for future American military engagements. Today, the legacies of the Gulf War continue to dictate ongoing foreign policy decisions. Health issues among veterans, such as Gulf War syndrome, and unresolved regional tensions in the Middle East. So basically, a family dinner with sexist undertones that no one has managed to digest yet.
Should we start praying?
Well, that depends on what your mom cooked.
It also reshaped global military practices. This war was less about the number of troops and more how smart your bombs are, like the effectiveness of precision-guided munitions and advanced surveillance, which became staple in future conflicts. Rapid deployment demonstrated the capability of the US to deploy a large force far from its borders quickly.
Fellow viewers, as a kind gesture that supports our efforts to bring you insightful and engaging content, I urge you to like this video. Thank you for your support.
So, what do you think? Are military interventions justified if they protect global economic interests? Did the Gulf War have lasting effects on regional politics and global military strategies? Please let us know what you think in the comments.